right. So we are leaving the rest area here, headed toward Bozeman. Just talking to a nice old guy over there in the RV next to us. They had a tire blowout last night. So they have a dually in the back like us. And the tread separated on the outside tire. And it went flat. Luckily with dualies, you don't even notice it. The other tires kept it upright. But he said it was really loud. And it just totally bent the muffler, so it was pointing the wrong way up. Luckily they pulled over quick because all that hot exhaust, you know, could have done some damage. Or, I'm not even sure if it constricted the airflow. But, so they called 911 and the sheriff came out, told them that this rest area was just down the road. And they're waiting for a tow truck service guy to come change the tire and try and straighten out the muffler, you know, and make it drivable. Hope it works out for him. So he gave me, he's from Las Vegas, and yeah, the drought's really bad. Like, they're definitely worried about Lake Mead. So I go Lake Mead, he goes, you know, they renamed that Huddle Mead. He was pretty funny, but he was probably 70 years old, if not 75. But what he said was, you can be a host at a campground. You get free campsite. You work like 20 hours a week, he said, usually. All you do is pay for your food, basically, at that point. He doesn't have to clean the bathrooms where he stays. He said California, they make you clean the bathrooms, so I would not do that. They'd have to pay me. I don't know if they could pay me enough, honestly. But I'm going to look into that. Find places to be campground host. Like if we ever did this full time, that would be really fun. So basically the places, they've been hosted Yellowstone, one of the campgrounds, for a while. And all you do is, he said, they help the park rangers a lot. They answer questions after hours. I think they sell firewood too, most of them. But he doesn't have to clean any bathrooms. That would be a cheap, fun way to retire early, not spend a lot of money. I never thought of that. Because I think the cleaning the bathroom part really worried me. But I'm going to look into that because we have our truck, you know, and if there was two of us, I'm surely I would get some free time, is what I'm saying, where I could take the truck and explore. I had to stay in the campground day after day after day. That, I don't know, I might get tired of that. I would need some time off, you know, I hope it's not 24/7. Come knock on my door. But I'll have to figure that out. So they are going to South Dakota next, then Oklahoma, then down to Arkansas. And I said, wow, you're doing that in the summer? He's, yeah, doesn't bother them. They had a little dog in there at least, and they're visiting family. Well, they're from Las Vegas, so this heat in the rest of the country is nothing to them. Yeah, it's fun talking to people like that. Someday I'll start telling them about my channel and even trying to get some interviews maybe. I need to get 1,000 subscribers before I do that. Otherwise I'm not legitimate. I'm just a wannabe in my mind. I'll get there if it takes me till next year. I'll do it. I'm not going to give up. Never quit. There's just so much potential if we could be on the road full time, me and my wife. I even told her, I said, you know, if we could do that, we might even want to sell this, get an average sized trailer so you could work if you wanted to work, have more room. And And then, like, you know, when I was able to, I take the truck out and explore. I just can't get her to give up a house though yet. I think she's worried about all her stuff. I just don't want stuff anymore. I don't need stuff. Stuff doesn't matter to me. And there are some things like pictures. I mean, we would probably rent like a small storage locker to keep some mementos. Unless we knew a family member we could keep them at. But I don't know if we do. So probably get a storage locker and just prepay. So, you know, that way every year we pay them a year's worth of storage. That way we don't have to worry about like payment not going through. And then all of a sudden they're auctioning off our stuff. But that's my dream still. So that was one of the first full-time RV, well, he's not full-time, but one thing I've noticed is a lot of the RV people are kind of overweight, even on YouTube. As long as people aren't giving me food, like my family, I think I can control what and how much I eat in the RV, because I'm not going to the grocery store all the time. And we don't have a lot of storage for food. Wow, Livingston has 3 museums, 25 miles ahead. But I kind of want, I definitely want, if we ever get a trailer or, you know, another RV, which I doubt, I want an oven. I want to be able to bake stuff in the oven, like pizza. I want to be able to bake, I want it to be like a house, you know, have an oven and a stovetop. And we would have a dedicated, you know, dining room table, little work area. Zoe's the big wild card, because she would almost have to ride in the trailer when we were driving, maybe. Unless we could train her to ride in the truck. And then every 4 or 5 hours we take her in the trailer so she can go to the bathroom. The other thing is there's seasonal RV work for people that travel in RVs. You know, like farm work or Amazon work, I've heard. Basically, just anywhere that needs seasonal work, and like you're in the area and they'll hire you. That's another option, like how to get more money. And I would do that. Warehouse work, whatever it is. It would probably be fun. Oh, that's a nice Sinclair. It's a really nice. I like Sinclairs out here in Montana. Did a good job making them. But no, my goal is to try and get her to retire at 55 at the latest. I would love to get her to retire in 3-4 years, 2-3-4 years. I mean, technically, we could get by if she did it now. As long as my Obamacare understanding is correct. Because basically, if you have no income under the Affordable Health Care Act, your health care is basically practically free. You might pay $100 a month. And I'm not even sure it's that much. We can afford that. Now, and what I saw on their website is they do not look at your assets. If it's just your income, we could do it. If they look at your assets and charge you more, it would be a lot harder to retire early. Like healthcare is what's stopping people, you know, which sucks. But if you just did what that guy does and stay at host at campgrounds, you're only spending money on food. So if you had to pay for healthcare, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. You know, if you had to pay $500 a month, or even $600 or $700 a month, you're not spending any money on gas hardly, just sitting there and driving your vehicle around to see things. I need to make a video on that. Of course, I'd probably get all kinds of answers, you know, most of them wrong, about how the Affordable Care Act looks at your, you know, your assets, your incomes, how it determines how much you pay a month. Actually, I should just call someone at the, they must have a phone number. And be like, you know, look, if I retire and I make no money, what is my healthcare cost? Is that the only criteria that determines the cost? Is it your income? And see what they say. Oh, I need to get another iced tea out of the fridge. That guy was so funny. He was like, I was talking about Vegas and their new football stadium and the Raiders, and he's like, hey, I can sell you tickets. They're on the 50-yard line, $5. And he's like, I got season tickets too. And then I was like, oh, I probably wouldn't be in the area. I didn't know what he was getting at, like how it was so cheap. Well, then he goes, my house is on the 50-yard line. You know, straight east or straight west is my house. And it was kind of funny. He was laughing at himself. he said, I didn't say they were in the stadium. So I wonder if his tires just got old. They only had 30,000 miles on that RV. And I think it's older than this. We have 60,000 miles and we're 6 years old. They haven't driven it a lot. That RV could be 7, 8 years old. It has the old style windows. So he said he took them to the RV place to get them checked, and they said they were good. But once your tires get past 6 years, 5, 6, 7 years, I would get new ones no matter how the tread looks. I seriously think they just got dry rot from sitting so long in the heat. And there was a nice RV park on my right. Really nice. Oh, I feel bad for them though. Should have offered them to see if they need any water or anything. I'm sure they have water, but you never know. In their fridge. I wonder if just they're living in such a hot environment, they're always driving in the heat, and also weaken them maybe. But yeah, that's too bad. He said it was really loud. If it's as loud as the semis when they blow, I believe him. I don't know, that muffler was pretty bent. Like, I would think even if you can bend it back, it's gonna be constricted where it bent. I don't know if it has enough flow for the engine sensors. He might need a new muffler to make that thing drivable. I think it's just the back part, so hopefully it didn't damage like the catalytic converter or any of the more expensive parts of the muffler. It was just the extension part past the rear dually tires, it looked like. Wow, it's 87 degrees. We're definitely not staying in Bozeman. We'll try and get to Butte. So here's a National Forest access, Mill Creek. There's a lot of National Forest access in Montana. He's lucky that wasn't his front tire. So yeah, on those cracks in the tar lines and that were sealing the cracks in that parking lot were all covered with toilet paper. So someone must have been bored. You know, they go out there, it's really hot, and they stick toilet paper on it. Never seen that before. It's like TV in the parking lot, I guess. He said when he drove in last night, he couldn't see the lines at all because they were all covered. fly fishing. Ooh, Yellowstone Valley Lodge plus Grill. Looks really nice. They have a bunch of cabins you can rent along the Yellowstone River. Actually, yeah, the river's right there. I think it's right there. So the mountains to my right are part of the Beartooth Mountains still. I mean, they're just massive. I had no idea. Well, I kind of expected it after I drove through it, that it was the biggest contiguous area of over 10,000 feet in the lower 48 states. That's why it seems just so unreal up there and impressive. I need some more tea. My mouth is getting dry. Makes it hard to talk. And then on my left is the Big Sky Mountain range. I'm not even sure what range that is. Just love the mountains in Montana. It's too bad they don't put oh, never mind. I was going to say something else about tires, but no need. It's time to be quiet. Oh, I was going to say that I think he had Michelin tires, and I think that's the same tire that was on the Ford Explorer back in the 90s they had trouble with. I don't like Michelin brand. I would not buy them. I think they're crap. I didn't tell that to him. Wow, there's a mountain range straight in front of me. That would be kind of north and east of Butte. I'm not sure what that is. Oh my god, there's an awesome Forest Service or BLM campground below me. It looks free. It's like dispersed camping kind of, but all in one area. Right along the Yellowstone River. I wish Washington had as much stuff as Montana. There's just stuff everywhere in Montana at the camp. So much of it is free too. That's why I need to get solar panels installed this winter when I go down to Quartzsite. There's a couple places that I've seen YouTubers talk about that do it. They do a good job. Should have asked them if they needed water, like cold water. I'm sure they have a fridge though with food and stuff in it. Would have been nice to ask them though. Can't believe they're waiting so long. This happened last night, and it's 3 p.m. today. So here's a KOA, 1 mile on the right, on the Yellowstone River. This is the road to camp on, it looks like, not the one I took going east when I went through Yellowstone. the Big Sky Road. Big Sky Road didn't have as much. This has all kinds of stuff, and this river is way bigger than that river was. I forgot all about the Yellowstone River. That's the biggest river in the park, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's just beautiful here. This whole valley is amazing. I like it better than the Big Sky Valley. I mean, I want to check out Big Sky though, before I make a decision on that area. I just hope it's not anti-RV. Probably is. Likely we'll stay in Butte tonight. Wipers clean so well in the middle because it's getting both wiper blades crossing that same area, and it has the bulk of the fluid, the windshield washer fluid too. But that's good. That's all I need. When I get the oil changed this September, I will try and see if they can fix that, the windshield washer fluid, the plastic part, you know, that broke, the little clip. They might have to replace that whole piece. Not really sure. The whole rubber tubing maybe. Shouldn't be that expensive though, I wouldn't think. Problem is I'm not sure where that rubber tubing fastens into something. I don't know how far back it goes under the hood as one piece. Hopefully not very far. But we'll find out. access right there. Oh, I love all the river access. Oh, it looks like we're almost to Livingston. 4 miles, and we're down to 55 speed limit. They have good insurance and roadside assistance. They probably do. They've been doing this a while. Ah, there's a bike trail on the left now. Crappy though how the different Indian reservations, like they got this land back in the day, then the moment the government deemed it valuable, they would take it away again, put them somewhere crappier. I don't understand how no one's talking about paying them money. They got screwed royally. Like the Crow Nation, you know, how they moved them out of the mountains to the east. And I've seen the mountains. And I've seen the eastern part. They don't even compare. All because they found gold there. Think of all the money that they could have made off of that gold. I would love to see the Native Americans get some money for what they went through. I would just hope that most of them would be wise with it. I don't know though, when you've had nothing for so long, you gotta know how to spend it or what to use it on. They still need jobs. I mean, you give them all the money in the world, it's gonna run out. So hopefully they've used it to make businesses, but what kind of businesses? Like for themselves, I guess. And then the question is, do they really have enough people on their reservation to support the business? I hope they would. I mean, well, this is Livingston. Ah, they have a railroad and Yellowstone History Museum. Oh my gosh, that might be the coolest museum in the state. I have to go there with my wife. She likes trains too. Yeah, I just don't know how to make it better for them, so it's sustainable. I mean, it's no different than anyone that's poor. You give them money, but how do you get them out of poverty forever so they could make money for themselves and live on it? It comes down to jobs. You need jobs.
1,000 feet, take the I-90 West, US 191 South ramp to Butte.
it is kind of depressing though when you see some of the reservations you drive through and how rough it
I-90
looks.
West ramp.
To top it off, a lot of them are in really hot areas.
Continue on I-90 West for 23 miles.
Wow, look at those mountains. They go all the way to I-90 almost. Those are the Beartooth Mountains. That is a crazy big area. Wow, that was one of the best drives I've ever taken anywhere in this country. It's kind of sad to be leaving it, but I gotta get home, work my way home. I know where to come back to. That's why I want to explore Montana. There's so much about Montana I don't know. Because I used to just drive across the state on the interstate, you know, bam, get to point A, bam, point B. Never got off of the interstate. Missing out on so much. I still want to do the northern part. Kind of want to make sure the reservations are open along Highway 2, because there's a lot of reservation land up there. So Bozeman is in 23 miles, but that'll be with the truck probably. I don't know. Maybe we'll do the RV. Wow, I think I'm driving into the wind now. Oh, camera's definitely in the sun. We should probably stop sooner than later if I can. It overheats. It hasn't overheated once today. Ooh, here comes a Corvette. That car's fast. I think that's an older one, older body style. So they have the Museum of the Rockies in Bozeman. That looks awesome too. Oh, we need to come to Montana just to see every museum. That would be fun. I like that. My wife likes doing that too. Usually the museums have plenty of parking for RVs. Oh, I need to stop this.